heaven is in the good thing you did, and hell is in those kind words you never said.
Hello, and welcome to Flowers. Today we have Alex Best.
Thank you. Happy to be here. Thank you, sir.
Is it, if it's Alex Best, who's Alex Worst?
Well, I never met him. There are a lot of Alex Bests around, but there's only one Alex Martina Best, so that stands it out. Okay, and only one who makes short films in Virginia, so that's me.
The best Alex Best.
So it's like a slow build-up. So that's the idea. So this one starts off like I'm just going to tell a regular, typical poem. That's how the beginning starts off, and then it sort of like escalates more in rank intensity. All right, it doesn't have to be faster, but just the determination sort of there in the second part, and then so I want to like tire everyone out. So it's the same thing with the third part. Determination's still there, and then finally it ends. I do a mixture always of poetry and music because I think those two communities are related. All right, so now I've been hosting. I used to host Poems and Songs evenings at the Captain's Den in Newport News from March into May, and now I'm hosting it in Norfolk at a place called Voyager Cafe. All right, because with the exception of the crew over here, the majority of people I work with are in Norfolk and the Virginia Beach area nowadays, and so it's just easier. We would love to have more people come and check us out.
With a lot of reverb.
Yeah, just drench it.
Very wet.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about Sunlight Recreation.
Oh yeah, I officially started in 2017, which is my multimedia company. We do short films, we do books, literature. All right, we're getting more involved in music too. Okay, and that's really, I wanted to turn Virginia into the next Hollywood, minus the California crazy, or Seattle minus the crazy over there. So I think Virginia has a real opportunity to be its own thing, because I think Virginia is a hot spot of creativity that no one knows about yet.
Yeah.
And in the official sense, when we see Clyde Davis walking around his limo looking for people, that's when we know, we've arrived. Even though there is a book called Black in the Third Reich that I never got. Okay, his mother was German and his father was Nigerian, and so he was allowed in Hitler Youth Camp because, oddly enough, the Hitler Youth Camp was actually integrated. Weird facts that Alex knows. Okay. No, put all the Polish kids in so they learn how to hate themselves equally. Be Christian Bale at the end of Batman, not American Psycho. I think your audience could perfectly understand that. So that's the idea behind that poem. You're going to go through challenges, you're going to go through a lot of different emotions, and it's like a rainbow. But you can see yourself out of it. Yeah. And so that's why it's epic, because our emotions, particularly when we're young, feel epic. And, but what you feel is not necessarily who you are or necessarily what you need to do all the time.
Yeah.
And it takes maturity to learn that. And we got a lot of people learning that gradually. And then we got also some people in the community who are refusing to learn that. But that's another conversation. We're not talking about them. I'm just saying, for me, that's what that poem represents. That whole journey can be a very real thing. And even though it doesn't feel epic, your emotions are epic. Your love life, you get married, you get divorced, you lose a parent, you have a kid being born, all that is a part of human experience. So, make it worth sharing in the sunlight with others. The sun causes many feelings to abide in the hearts of the fast-paced living. Do you feel the sorrow of blue? Do you live in the light green moments of joy? Have you felt the red blood in you boil with anger? Remember when you saw a human heart disarm itself with pale tears? I do. I love those moments, and I keep them in what is left of my being, my soul, because memories are the things you get as tokens. The feelings are yours, in which you can go prove that heaven exists, and the tools you use to live will never be man-made again. Your heart is the key to everything good and bad, pure and impure, real and unreal. All the magics and blessings and miracles and hexes begin there. The endless sea that is public opinion will forever be at war with the peace of the individual. And in this madness, more emotions arise in our hearts. You hear it all saying how to dress, how to love, how to think. You give more time than anyone ever could to meaningless voices who are never there for you when you need them. I am a lot of things, but I feel what I need to feel, and I'm not a coward in this. For any fool can take up a weapon and use it on someone else, but not just anyone can take up the same weapon and use them on himself, but I can. In my poems, I become as dark as the night. In them, I show you the inspiring sun's light. In them, I let you know how cold the moon can be. And with them, I help others see their own happiness and become truly free. I say these words because I know the power of the word. And I did use to make a great thunderstorm for my unaware swing mates who were dissolving the empathy in me with the times of youth. But now the words must be used as lifelines to help the drowning survive the ocean that is human existence. And this glory, this shame, this happiness, this pleasant madness, this sorrow, this aloneness, this creation of worlds based on hearts is where the rainbows lead and where the rainbows end, inside the beating heart of man. For in these elements, all the colors of the beautiful, uncanny, amazing universe are finally revealed before the eternal, daring sunlight. And only then do we understand the wisdom that is, there need be no more restless shadows of the night. You'll hear the shadows turn away in fear of the sun, and the souls of fire who became shooting stars above us come down. They come home, and they finally, after all the tears of lost years, fall asleep before all. And the stars, who being as cosmic as they are, will make love to the piercing dismal moon no longer. After this, the sun's rays will shine on the telepathic flowers, and we can embrace being free from our tragic darkened hours. The stone devils shall learn to let their hearts melt before the fire. They will stop pointing their blaming fingers as they feel the bizarre weather. The children of the sun will stop hating each other, and our emotional ills will see an all-powerful elixir. The clowns of existence will be easy to bear as their circus trickery becomes known everywhere. The lovers of the harmonies will reunite as they find passionate ways to love beyond sight. The times and destinies will become everlasting friends as our surface philosophical differences come to an end. The crows of midnight shall retire from their chatter as they let the coo of doves win the darkness over. The princes of America will take their exotic goddesses back, their princesses back, as they put the shooting stars on the right track. The shapeshifters will come near us. They'll turn from exploiting jackals into noble wolverines to protect us. The men of the winter will not see the falls descend as they witness the awesome summers begin. This is why the knaves and the emotional crime lords can be truly forgiven, for they see the reality behind the many illusions. This is why the ascetics will give up their holistic lives so they can go and truly commit love, which they understand is the only divine crime. Break the cycle of hate willingly. Pursuing the so-called American dream is no more, for the freedom of struggling a lover is what we all should adore. This is how new and great worlds are born. The dark sons of preachers will resurrect their fallen mistresses, for after all is said and done, even from boys to men, those sons are still in love. The notorious gambit we are afraid to take will become the peace that shall be moved to its victorious place. The amorality that our serpent-like natures possess are going to be put to ultimate tests. The East will be intimate with the West, seeing past our national regrets. The divider will be proven wrong by us giving up the ghosts and the ghouls and the demons who are already gone. The fallen erotic stars can be prophetic queens, showing all the wondrous meaning of redemption. You can ask the poet about this transformation. The silver bullets of forgiveness will slay the werewolves of vengeance. Truth and hate shall reconnect, curing all the regrets. The emotional murderers will be arrested as they learn the reason why the police their own heart-created prisons. Men shall call their lovers the moon, as women call their lovers the sun, and that is how the sinister, foul deeds become undone. The angels can now be put to sleep, for they won't have any more divine golden promises to keep. The oil in my hands and the hands of my fellows will be washed off the souls, so we can have clean hands to embrace our joys and sorrows. The tears of heaven will declare we have cried enough, and the Creator will give all the wisdom for men to be discussed at those returning to Him as their bodies turn to dust. The wisdom of America and Iran will fall, but a powerful love of truth which overcomes all. The life of saints and sinners will be looked at for the meaning, and we shall feel as the children of life and not as the fast-paced living. Judas' clouded head refused to understand. He'll soon learn he's just a short-term man. The lust-filled, power-hungry pagans can release their dark fire as the true anointed ones begin to listen to the hours. Everyone can forget how the selfishness began as the internal change helps us do all that we can. The lovers of snow can overcome the hopeless nights, showing us all the way to the light. The holy fire within us can be kept safe in the hearts at peace as we learn to stop fearing the roars of our demonic beasts. The Prince of Peace has words to speak as the nations are too busy lifting up their guns to put them down his feet. The thunders of anger will be proved themselves useless as the floods of love overtake the hopeless. The dreams of God himself will come to pass as Isaac forgives Abraham at last. The devils will turn to sand for all the years they never had compassion on the being called man. The stinging doubts of scorpions will be no more as the power of love gives us the hope we all adore. The war of the just will be won at all costs to make up for the great loss. America will learn the ways of true freedom and overcome all her rotten relationships, all her stillborn ideas, who are waiting to come to life and all her mistakes. Judas, the child of true humanity, shall renew us, and we shall learn the meaning of empathy. All our prejudice can come to an end because we can now embrace the great mandolin. We will all feel the shakes, for every heartfelt word will cause a multitude of earthquakes, because now we have unveiled one unstoppable, all-powerful truth, and that is where the rainbows lead and where the rainbows end.
Today's Flowers sponsor is John Connor. John Connor's art explores the surreal depths of the imagination. The chaos of creation drives his passion in all forms, from digital to traditional art. His work includes brewery label art, record covers, posters, paintings, and more. You can check his work out on Instagram at John Connor Art or at the link in our description.
She's on the camera, don't move.
The angels can now be put to sleep.
Because it's a tiny ass mouth.
Yeah, you got a tiny ass
Oh, you got a tiny mouth?
Yeah.
You got a
She's
small
into
mouth.
We wash off.
So